Hey everybody, welcome back. Right now we're looking at some bridesmaids that exposed their entitled Bridezilla friends. And I'm here for it. An acquaintance from high school was getting married, and most of her bridesmaids had dropped out, besides her sister and best friend. That should have been a giant red flag in itself. Yeah, I would say that if you lose all your friends right before your wedding, it might be an indication that you're a bridezilla. At that point, we hadn't talked in quite a while, but she asked me because she was at the bottom of the barrel. I didn't exactly agree 100%, but we arranged to meet up and talk. She took one look at me and said, "Oh, wow. If you're gonna be a bridesmaid, we have to cover those tattoos, take out those piercings, dye your hair, and get you some contacts." How much is tattoo removal? The fact that she is already digging at the bottom of the barrel and she, like, literally has no one left and she's still making these demands. We should make her a little veil. Can we put like a little, like, this is a lens cleaner, but it'll do. Actually, I think that's a great idea. I'm gonna make this a veil. Specifically for my Bridezilla videos. My jaw hit the floor. I didn't think she was serious, but she was adamant that I look normal. I asked if she was gonna pay the thousands of dollars for all of this, and she was shocked and said no. I left. The wedding didn't even happen. She'd been cheating on the groom for about a year. Oh, that's the ticket. Why am I not surprised? Planner here. I've seen some shit. Bride invites ex-boyfriend to wedding because he's just a really good friend. During a reception, her husband of 2 hours goes into the bathroom. She plans to kiss on him. Notices I saw and promptly reminds me to mind my business. At the end of the night, catering informed me they hadn't settled their bill. If they didn't get payment that night, there would be an additional fee charged. I run outside and let them know before they drive off. 2 days later, I get a call from the groom who informs me the bride is extremely upset with my unprofessionalism and wants a refund. She wasn't happy that I, quote, made a scene by running outside to tell them about the bill in an effort to save them from additional charges. I asked him if he was aware of the scene that she made when she kissed her ex-boyfriend on the dance floor while he went to the bathroom. He hung up! Ah! That's what's up! Excellent response, 10 out of 10. Lol at demanding a refund from the dude who knows your marriage destroying secret. It's also not unprofessional to ask for payment before the night is over. That's literally standard. Unless they have your credit card already, it's standard. People always conveniently forget that they have to pay for things. Conveniently. Oopsie. Hi. It's me. I quickly have to thank NordVPN for sponsoring this video because it's sponsors like NordVPN that help keep this channel running. And I also have to tell you about their threat protection feature, which in my opinion, you cannot live without. Okay? By using NordVPN, you're surfing the internet privately because it encrypts your online data by hiding your IP address. Still with me? But you can now take your digital security to the next level by using NordVPN's threat protection feature for desktop. I know y'all have seen those sketchy scam links being sent to you in your email. So once you click those links, you can get your data stolen. I had my credit card information stolen that way. If for whatever reason you happen to click one of those links, threat protection will block the dangerous website. Threat protection is part of the NordVPN app. Just turn it on by clicking on this little shield icon and choosing threat protection. Click the switch to on like this and it protects you against cyber threats. It blocks trackers, malicious ads, and it steers you away from infected websites and files. And best of all, threat protection protects you even if you're not connected to a VPN server at that time. And you can get the exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/Charlotte Dobre. It is risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, go to nordvpn.com/Charlotte Dobre and start protecting yourself online. All right, I gotta go. The bride and groom thought it would be hilarious to partner me with my ex who was a groomsman. Oh my gosh. Except that by that point, I was happily married to my husband and attending the wedding with our toddler. It was horribly uncomfortable for many of us in the bridal party since the breakup was kind of messy. Walking down the aisle in front of mutual friends and family was not an option. Fortunately, they switched our partnering the day before the wedding.
Oh my god, you know what would be so funny? If we made you walk down the aisle with your ex-boyfriend. Oh my god, it'd be so hilarious.
Bam, bam, ba, bam. Bam, bam, ba, bam. La, 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 la. That is the sound a bridezilla makes. This bridezilla picked $400 bridesmaids dresses, destination bachelorette that cost over $1,200, insisted on a super expensive spot for the bridal shower, registered at Williams-Sonoma. I was a broke college student with limited funds, but managed to pay for all this crap and give a gift. Bonus points, her husband forgot his entire tux and didn't figure this out until a few hours before the ceremony. A few minutes before the ceremony, when she screamed at me for like the 500th time that day, I snapped and told her either she cut her shit or I was getting in my car and going home. She cut her shit. The rest of it went fine. Excellent. Let's not forget that just because it is someone's wedding, that doesn't give them the right to treat you like garbage. Friend asked me to be a bridesmaid in her shotgun wedding that was to take place in a little over a month. She had us order semi-expensive dresses and they had to be altered to a certain length. Shoes had to be ordered. Toenails had to be painted a neutral color and fingernails had to be a French manicure. We weren't allowed to paint our own nails, we had to get them done at a salon. Hair had to be done professionally by her hairstylist. And we were not under any circumstances to have bikini tan lines visible. Mind you, this was right after summer. I lived in an area where beach attire was usually the only attire and everyone had visible tan lines. I eventually had to tell her I could not afford to have everything done professionally with such short notice. I would be happy to do my hair and makeup. My hair was short and I couldn't do an updo. She told me her mom could pay and then I could pay her back. That was the final straw. I sent her an email telling her I could no longer be in her wedding. She was pregnant, about to get hitched, and now I was adding to her list of problems. I value the friendship and told her such, but just couldn't do what she was asking. I hadn't heard from her for years until one day she sent me a message asking me to buy from her MLM campaign. Damn, some of y'all thinking I was planning on rolling up to this wedding dressed as a zebra in a bunny suit with 6-day-old unwashed bedhead and smeared mascara? Not the case. I'm more than willing to do what it takes to look the part and be a part of her special day. But having ridiculous demands and expecting your bridesmaid to pay quite a bit for it on such short notice is what got me. Weddings are so expensive. Like, I'm listening to my boyfriend Mike talk about the amount of money that he has to spend on suits. Like, he has to have stuff made, he has to pay for hotel rooms, he has to pay for plane tickets. And because COVID happened, that's like 2 years worth of weddings that are piled into one summer. It's a lot. It's a lot to ask, especially since there are so many weddings in one summer. I feel like people should be a little more understanding. I overheard the bride drunkenly tell a mutual friend at the wedding that if she could do it all over again, she wouldn't have had myself and a mutual friend in her bridal party. I was the maid of honor. I planned her bachelorette party with the mutual friend from another country and dropped a lot of money on it personally so she would have the party she wanted. Hell to the no! Oh, that is so entitled. When you do nice things for people and they're like, well, would you mind? I gifted her a pair of Jimmy Choos for her wedding day along with a beautiful ring with her wedding date engraved. I had to fly to Europe for her wedding, use a hire car to get around, and help with loading/transporting wedding items back and forth. I was up that morning arranging with the hotel to deliver breakfast/coffee/tea to the bridal party, and an old friend decided a week before the wedding she was going to fly from Oz to surprise the bride. So I had to arrange that surprise, find a hotel room for this friend, and speak to the groom to check with catering to arrange a seat for her without the bride knowing. When you do so much for people and somehow it's just still not enough, it's a special kind of hurt. Special kind of betrayal. I stepped in to help the makeup artist as she was running behind schedule. I walked to the venue to make sure things were on track. Dude, you sound like you were the wedding planner. An unpaid wedding planner, I might add. I catered to her every whim from 6 a.m. until midnight, and then to overhear that, apparently her wedding day was ruined. Absolutely ruined. Ugh, awful. Because the calla lilies in her centerpieces wouldn't stay suspended in the water vase like she wanted. And it was all my fault because they slowly floated to the top. The next day, she was all hugs and kisses, saying it was the best night ever and she couldn't have done it without me. I have never wanted to falcon punch a bitch so hard in the face. I will never be a bridesmaid ever again. F that. All right, you remember when I was complaining about the fact that I wasn't my friend's bridesmaid? I take it back. I'm good. I was a junior bridesmaid for my cousin's wedding. She told my mom I had to wear pearl earrings for the ceremony, but I didn't have my ears pierced. My mom told her I could wear clip-ons, but she insisted that I wear actual earrings or I couldn't be in the wedding. This is so stupid! You're so dumb! The stupidity of this. So my mom got my ears pierced. The wedding came around and my hair was styled down so you couldn't even see my ears. I was a few weeks shy of when I could safely change my earrings, but we tried anyway. Unfortunately, my mom couldn't get them out and my ears started bleeding. So I walked down the aisle with my diamond starter studs and my cousin never even noticed. In the end, it didn't matter. She cheated on her husband and was divorced within 6 months! I know I shouldn't be satisfied for hearing that, but I am. I'm very happy. I was in a wedding where the bride planned 2 separate bachelorette weekends for herself and got mad at anyone who wouldn't spend 2 3-day weekends at $500 each away from their husbands/kids/jobs. The week leading up to the wedding, the temperature for the big day was forecast to be a high of 10 degrees Fahrenheit, February wedding. Bride was insisting on outdoor photos without coats because we can't hide the dresses. Everyone, including the photographer, tells her no. Day of, she pitches a fit when we refuse to do more than 1 quick photo. Afterwards, she stopped talking to 75% of the bridal party because of their refusal to accommodate her outrageous demands. To this day, years later, she still complains about how her bridesmaids ruined her wedding. You ruined your wedding, sweetheart. That was all you. You did it enough for everybody else. And if you thought this was bad, this is the most Bridezilla-y Bridezilla in this entire video, okay? Buckle up. A friend of mine asked me to be her maid of honor, then guilted me into throwing her a bridal shower and paying for the whole thing.
Oh my god, would you love to be my maid of honor? And also, you're gonna have to pay for everything. I'm so fun! But you'll be my best friend forever. Forever and ever and ever.
Again, I didn't realize that, you know, being a maid of honor or a bridesmaid or in the wedding party meant that you had to, like, literally pay for part of the wedding. It was not her first marriage, so no one else would do it. Oh, that's interesting. I coordinated her bachelorette party too. Then during the rehearsal, I found out that she asked her sister to be her maid of honor too, so I wasn't anymore? Shut up! What a... She never talked to me about it or explained anything. She just acted like nothing happened at all. I was shocked and left right after all the pictures were done. I'm upset. I'm upset for you. Do you want me to send my shark? What's her at? I'll send the shark. It's a tiny little chomp. Chomp, chomp. Ah! You poor thing. I am so sorry to hear that. Oh, God. How do people live with themselves? Like, literally, how do you live with yourself after doing that to someone? I do not understand. I had an ectopic pregnancy, which meant that the baby was attached to my fallopian tube, which then burst, and I almost bled to death. The soon-to-be bride got engaged shortly following my ectopic. When she asked me to be her bridesmaid, she told me I would have to be required to wait to try to have another baby until after her wedding in 1.5 years. This was not because there would be a small child at the wedding, and not even because she didn't want me fat at her wedding, but because if I lost another child, it would take away from her engagement and wedding. I was so shocked, I just declined and have never spoken to her since. You're fired. Not you. Her. Fired. Remember, guys, you get married, you get 1 day. Maybe a second day for your bachelorette. Maybe a half day for your bridal shower. But other than that, 1 day.